City lights, just greenery, I don't know what you come for. Listen up, my dear, we're such a man free. Welcome to the land of many faces. Not one, not two, but six different races. You know when the sun gets your skin, you're in the right place. Guiana, oh, that's my beautiful country. Guiana, one people, one nation, one destiny. Don't stop for a minute. Come, let me take a walk. We through the ticket. You'll see our landmarks and our monuments. They're so unique. The high brick structure, your lighthouse, the tallest wooden structure, cathedral, 176th Street, monuments, and the beautiful city hall. You know with the wind in your hair, you're in the right place.
Welcome to Tots and Teens in Focus. Today I have a very special guest. She's no other than Dr. Sarah Marshall. Everyone know Dr. Sarah Marshall from Downstate Hospital with the cancer talk and the donors talk and every talk that you could think about. She is always involved in the community and involved in health issues, health topics, breast topic, cancer topic, all these topics to give our community and make our citizens well. Dr. Sarah Marshall is totally involved, and she is from Downstate Hospital, along with Sasha. Sasha is a nurse who will tell us more about herself as soon as we get into her. But today our topic is going to be about donors. And donors is very good, especially you young folks out there. Be a good donor, because you not only be helping yourself, but you may be helping your family. And as you got the strength and you got the energy, Tots and Teens, you can always be a good donor to your relatives, friends, or someone who needs a help, because donating your organs or assisting in with your organs can help save another life. Our special guest today is no other than Dr. Sarah Marshall. Dr. Sarah Marshall will tell us who she be, where she is, and what she's all about. Dr. Sarah Marshall, welcome to Tots and Teens in Focus. I know you're not a tot or a teen, but you're just right. Along with her assistant, Sasha. Sasha is going to tell us her name and what she's doing. And I know, Sasha, you're not a tot or a teen, but you're a teen tot. So we accept you as a teen tot right here, right now. Okay, Dr. Marshall, could you introduce yourself?
Okay, my name is Dr. Marshall, and I am a patient and community health educator and assistant clinical professor at SUNY Downstate Health Sciences University. I have been working with Ms. Trem for years, and I intend to be working with Ms. Trem in the community with many years to come. And I'd like to thank Ms. Trem for the opportunity of sharing information and perhaps helping a number of people through your venue in terms of how you getting the information to the public. And yes, when I'm with you, Ms. Trem, I do feel like a tot 14. And and now I have with me Miss Sasha, who is a registered. Oh, Miss Sasha, would you introduce yourself then?
Hi, my name is Sasha Persaud. I'm currently a nursing student getting my master's degree in nurse education. I've been a nurse since 2015. I'm currently shadowing Dr. Marshall. I mean, if you want to be great, you have to learn from the greatest, right? So that's the reason why I'm here.
Okay, Sasha, could you be a little bit closer to your phone when you're talking so we could hear you quite clearly? But so far, we got your message. You are with Dr. Sarah Marshall. Dr. Sarah Marshall, I know our topic's supposed to be about what do you call it?
Donor.
Organ
donor.
Huh?
Organ donor. And we were going to, although April is organ donation, which means it deals with all of the different types of donation, we wanted to really like chime in to the kidney donation because a lot of people of color seem to be in need, and sometimes they die before they are able to then receive a donation. And also there's a lot of myth about donating. So that seemed to be one of the factors that prevent them from being on an organ donation list.
Sasha, could you tell us some of the myth that you heard about donating your organs?
So some of the myths that I've heard from organ donation is that if you're listed on your ID as an organ donor, you won't get the aggressive care you need from healthcare or from the EMT emergency services. And this is completely not true because generally speaking, the company who deal with organ donation is not your primary care or even the medical company. We have a separate company that deal with organ donation. So that's a complete myth. Another myth that people have is that you have to be dead in order to be an organ donor. As Dr. Marcia said, last month was the kidney organ donation month. You could be a live organ donor for kidney. You just have to be matched to someone. So you don't have to wait until you die to donate. You could get on the donor list right now.
Okay, thanks. Continue. Miss Marshall, Dr. Marshall, you send me some diagram or whatever you may call it of I don't know if this is the kidneys or the heart, but you said the renal capsule, the cortex.
Oh, that's just what it is, the anatomy.
Oh, the anatomy.
The anatomy of the kidney. And it just shows you the different parts of the kidney that like the veins, the arteries, and the different components of the kidney.
So what would make your kidneys go totally bad that you have to get help to get a kidneys or get a part of a kidneys to bring you back into consciousness?
Okay, there are a number of reasons, but some of the driving force is if you have diabetes, if you have high blood pressure. Those are two of the diseases that will cause you to have kidney failure. You could also have kidney problem because you have abused your kidney, maybe with drugs. So those are some of the reasons, or maybe you could have an injury through an automobile accident. So those are some of the reasons why you may have kidney failure, and why it is important, because the kidneys serve as the point where they provide, eliminate waste through the body. And if you're not eating healthy, then what happened is your body will not be eliminating the waste properly.
If passing excess gas, that could tell you that your kidneys is not functioning well, because I saw something like that on the internet. Passing excess gas telling you that your kidneys is not functioning the way it ought to be.
I'm going to let Miss Sasha address that first, but basically, I would say that gas may have other connotation. It's like certain cancer, like colon cancer, because where you have bloatedness and gas. Now, basically, also you may have indigestion, and that could also depend upon what you've eaten or not eaten. So you may have like a lot of gas.
I think in general, I would say no, because the gas comes from your intestine, whereas kidney is a different organ. Kidney has to do with your urine function. So signs that your kidney may not be functioning right, or that you may even have some kind of disease process that's affecting your kidney could be you urinating too often, your urine color change, your urine have a different smell, it's foul smelling, or in your urine, you're not having as much urine production as you usually do. You're waking up in the middle of the night multiple times to urinate. So your stomach and the organ that helps you goes all the way down to your anus to eliminate solid waste, whereas your renal system, which is also your kidney, eliminates liquid waste. So it's two different sections. So I don't think gas so much will indicate kidney problem as it would stomach or intestinal problems.
You know, when you talk about urinating constantly in the night, I have a problem with urinating in the night. But I could sit down for 4 or 5 hours and I wouldn't want to urinate unless I lie down in my, lie down. I will be up all the time. So it could be something else with my bladder, or that when I lie down, it's affecting my urinal tract, because it don't happen if I sit or stand.
Well, remember, Ms. Trem, we are not medical physicians.
Okay.
But also what I would like to say is that we would not be able, even if we were physicians, to answer that question without doing a history and physical and perhaps examining you to see what are the causes, because it could be pressure. Oh, I said I wasn't going to try to diagnose, but it could be from a number of reasons. And in order to then determine what the reason may be, you would then need to have a complete physical assessment, and perhaps you would then need to have a scan of your kidneys and a number of other tests to make certain, or to try to determine what's causing the problem. But there are, as we get older, a lot of us have concerns about having to urinate during the night a number of times. And sometimes if we've been pregnant, maybe during the pregnancy, that we find that we urinate more frequently because of the fact that the kidney, the bladder does not hold all the urine that it should hold.
Thank you for that, because that's the way how we self-diagnose ourselves, and we always think it could be this, or it could be that, or it could be that. But thank you for mentioning that you're not the physician, but we have to see a physician or a doctor under that case, gynecologist or somebody, to tell us more about what's going on. I have the you call it the diaphragm of the kidneys and the different organs of
the kidneys.
Right.
Sasha would like you to show that. Could you show her that diagram? But what you have, Ms. Trem, is a picture. It was just meant to show you the different parts of the kidney, and to show you that the kidney is not isolated, that you need the blood that will enter, and you need nutrients, and you also, with the kidney, that it acts as a conduit for waste product. So when you are eliminating products, you eliminate the waste through the kidneys.
Okay. Did somebody, I think I said somebody says that they could just take a piece of your kidneys, piece of somebody else's kidney, and attach it to your kidneys, and it will grow?
No, that's a myth.
Okay.
You can live normally with one kidney. So what you may want to do is, it's called living donor kidney, whereby you may donate one of your kidneys to a family or friend you may donate one of your kidneys, but you must then be tested, because in order to donate, you must be 18 years of older. You must be mentally and physically healthy. And so in order to make certain of that, then you would have to go through, in addition to your consent, you would have to go through having the physical examination and the blood work. Because another point is that even though you are healthy and you have consented, the kidney must match the person, the recipient that you're giving the kidney to.
Okay,
So there is
Sasha, could
blood
you
work that must be done.
tell me more about the what we call it, diaphragm or diagram or of the kidneys, the different organs and veins and that you have on your chart, your kidneys chart. I'm not so familiar with the terminology of it.
It's just, Miss Tram, it's like if I wanted to show your picture and I took your picture, so the diagram of the picture is comparison to your face. So if we looked at your face, we see you have a nose, you have a mouth, you have eyes, and you have ears. So when you look at the kidney, what you're seeing is you seeing the arteries, and you're seeing the veins, and you're seeing all of those components that makes up the kidney.
You could show the diagram, Sasha. You have the diagram.
She doesn't have it. She doesn't have it with her. Only you have it.
Only me have it.
Yes, ma'am.
I can't. Okay, I'll try to get a picture and put it up there.
Okay, yeah. I'll see if I can. I don't know if I. Okay, let's see if I have it. Okay. Okay, Ms. Trem. Can you? I have it on my screen, and you would have to, I believe, share. Okay, I put share. So now, to collaborate with others, share. So it says to collaborate with others, please save. Okay, I put share. So now I'm trying to share it with you. Can you share this picture, Ms. Trem?
No, I cannot.
Okay.
I put share here, but it's not
It's not working.
What you'll do, you'll send me the picture, and when I put it on the show, put it in the show.
You want me to send the picture again?
No, I take the same picture down.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. You know, we were talking the last time we were talking about medication and kidneys, because we feel that sometimes we get excess medication to utilize for any type of complaints or injuries or sickness that we have, and person feel that those are some of the side effects for kidney failure, because in your medication transcript they will tell you this will affect and that will affect, and you know, they give you a long list of things that will affect you if you drink using these medication.
So I'm not certain I understand your question, but in terms of medication, there are certain medication, as we mentioned, like drugs. If you're using drugs, that may have an impact on your kidney or could cause kidney damage. And as you stated, there are certain medications, even say, for instance, if you have a urinary tract infection, they tell you that you should drink plenty of water. Why? Because you want to prevent that medication that you're taking from crystalline and causing problem with your kidneys.
Okay. Sasha, you got any idea you want to tell us that a myth you might hear about the medication and your kidneys? You hear me now? I think
what I would like to say about medications is there's really no such thing as a safe medication. Every medication have a side effect. So it's important not to just take medication without having direction from your doctor or your healthcare provider. And you know, no medication really is without side effect, but there, in the case of taking a medication, we always have to look at the risk versus the benefit, and then speak to a provider about this. So kidney is also one of the organs that you could have damage from medication, but you always have to look at versus the benefit. Is this medication completely necessary? Where like the chance of a kidney failure or kidney damage is not as important as you preserving your life from taking the medication. But this is something that I would always advise anyone. Make sure you speak to a healthcare provider first. Don't just go off the wall or like trying to do something over the counter and taking the medication by yourself.
I think I'll ask Miss
And,
Mark.
and
Okay.
one of the things I would like to add is many times we take medication from our physician, and what we do is that we do not take the medication as prescribed. As I mentioned, if the medication say you must take it with a glass of water or you must take it before a meal, we then sometimes decide we want to take it whenever we want to take it. So that does have an impact, or that will affect your kidney function as well.
That is so true. We don't want to take doctor's advice, but we want to get well. We want to get well. We don't want to feel no pain. We want to get well. Dr. Marshall, besides kidney organs, what other organs are y'all are interested or would like people to donate?
Okay, people can donate, they can donate all of their organs. Like for instance, we mentioned the living donor donation. A person can donate if they're dead. So a person can donate their entire body. So if they donate their entire body, what will happen is their eyes, all the different organs will be able to be used. I'm sorry that Mr. Marshall is not here at this moment, but when he had brain surgery, what they did is they took a part of someone's organ that was donated and placed it in his brain to help with his surgery from, he had a pituitary brain surgery where he had it removed, and he was able to use that. Now, one of the things I like to say that with one kidney organ and donation, you can then save 8 people's lives and help up to 75 people. So sometimes people think, because I'm blind, I cannot donate, but you can donate and other parts of your body may be useful in terms of organ donation.
Oh, I know Dr. Lewis, a doctor from Kings County Hospital. I don't know if you know him. He had donated his entire body. So when he died, we never get to see him because his body was taken up soon as he was, they remove all the breathing tubes from him. They sent it right where it had to go. So nobody get to see him for the last.
Well, that seems to be a myth, because even though you donate your organs or you donate your body, you can still have a funeral and people can see you. So it may have been, I remember when that was done, it was a number of years ago, and maybe it's the process that was done, because basically if you took his eyes, you would not be able to see his eyes in a casket. If they took his kidneys, you would not be able to see them.
I think he donated his entire body.
Right, so they can do that.
Right, and so we never get to see him. Yard of his death, but we went to the service, but there was nobody there. He was already gone to where they will preserve it or whatever they have to do.
Well, sometimes it depends upon a family's preference, because sometimes family may donate a body and then that body they may say they want it to be used so that the medical
I think that
students
was
can
his
now
wish.
practice.
That was his wish to donate his body.
Okay, so that they can then practice. So that's
Yeah.
dependent upon his specifics. And they can then use the body, because Dr. Friedman was another doctor. And when his wife died, he donated her body to science. And that is one of the things that is done. So you have your medical students learning how, or different parts of the body through, as opposed to using, anyway, they're able to use a live body. Not alive, they're able to use an actual body to then do their practice with.
Oh.
And that's called a cadaver, when a person is dead. So a person could either be dead or alive. So we have the live donation, when you can donate to someone side by side, a family or a friend. And you also have, once you're deceased, that your organ or your entire body can be donated to science.
This is a lot to take in. A lot to know and a lot to take in. And you know, being medical students or nurses, you know, I lift my hats to you all, because to enduring these things and seeing these things, and then you have to take your meals. You know, you really have to get a good stomach to really go after that food.
Ms. Tram, also, that's why it's important. You had mentioned early on about the myth. People seem to have the myth about, as can't be reiterated enough, is that they feel if I sign up to be an organ donor when I die, if I get into an automobile accident and I come to the hospital, they're not going to give me medical care, and they're going to take my body or take my organ and not take care of me. As was stated by Miss Sasha, that is definitely not true. That's a myth. When a person signs up, either on their driver's license or sign the form that they want to be an organ donor, that person must get all the care the same as they would if they weren't a donor. That person must be diagnosed deceased or dead by 2 healthcare physicians. These physicians are not associated with your organ team. It is separate. The same as myself and my colleague Betty, we are independent living donor advocate. And what we do is, when we speak to those who wish to donate their kidney, we then protect them and make certain that they know their rights, and that they know that they can withdraw their decision at any time. And the recipient does not have to know about it. So we don't want to make you frightened, Ms. Trim, because I can see your facial expression, but we want you to feel comfortable knowing that no one is going to take your kidney away from you because you have your name on a donors list. And also, one of the things that's very important, people of color have the highest rate of renal failure. And that's because they say there is a large number of those with high blood pressure and diabetes. So what happens? Because you have large numbers of people who are in need of a kidney, then you don't have a lot of people who are donating. That means some of the people who are waiting for an organ to be donated may not live until they get an organ donor. Another thing, because a person is wealthy, doesn't mean that that person can buy your kidney. No one can buy your kidney or coerce you into giving your kidney. Once you're on the list, they go according to the list, except in a die emergency when someone may be then provided. But there is no favorite for the rich and the famous.
Okay, Sasha, before we go, because our time is running out, I would like to know your advice to young people your age group. How would you would want them to know about being a donor and the importance of being a donor?
So the advice that I would give anyone is that I know it seems daunting, but it's different when you think about it from the perspective of your family. It doesn't have to be where you think, oh, they're gonna kill me because I'm a donor. No. There's many people out there waiting, and your donation could save a life. So I always tell one, even if you don't want to do a living donor donation, sign up to be a donor when you pass away. Your organs could save somebody else's life, you know. And there's this myth that, oh, God wouldn't want me to give away my organs. That's all a myth. Like, you know, you're helping somebody else. So I think you should do it. You know, just sign up.
Miss Marshall, persons who may addiction, or they may have cancer, or they may have some other liver failure, would they be possible for being a donor?
Yes, there is always some organ that they may be able to donate.
Okay. Okay, well, we have heard so much about donating your organs. And please remember, out there, our community, they're not going to take your organs without you don't give them permission. And even if you do give permission and anything should happen, they will not take it. They will try to save your life because they can't use a dead organ. So they will try to save your life so that you could be able to live, to be a good donor, for a good organ donor. Miss Marshall and Miss and Sasha, it was so nice having you on talking about being an organ donor. Is there any more message that you would like to give out before we leave?
Sasha? One of the things, oh, go ahead.
No, I just wanted to speak from a nursing perspective. When I'm on the floor as a nurse, if I have a patient who's an organ donor, it's not the doctor who was taking care of the patient who's dealing with the donation. I have to call an outside facility to come in to deal with the donation of the organs. So rest assured that it's not your primary care team. They don't have any incentive to try to like not save you. It's a completely outside third party neutral person who comes in to deal with the donation. So let that myth die. It's not real.
Okay.
And one of the things I would like to say is that it's important that you eat healthy and you maintain a healthy lifestyle so that you can protect your kidneys as well. And do not hesitate to become a donor, but learn all you need to know about why it is important and how you can save the lives of others, those you love. And it is definitely a great opportunity to help others when you become a donor. But please remember, no one is trying to force you to do anything that you do not wish to do.
Okay. Thank you, Dr. Marshall. Thank you, Sasha. Thank you for giving us this theology of being a donor and what you will get from it and what you can give. Thank you very much, Dr. Marshall, for always being at my beck and call when I need someone to talk about medical issues. And I know that, as we said, we will continue this medical issue to talk about medication and talk about different, about different medical issue that is affecting people within the community, that they are afraid or don't want to know, or they don't want to learn more about it or to hear because they are afraid. So once again, I just want to say thank you all for being on, and you could catch more of Miss Marshall, Dr. Marshall talk on Tots and Teens. We will try to get our young people involved too, to talk about their history so parents can know that their children too are at could get assistance wherever they go. Once again, Ms. Marshall and Sasha, thank you all for being on Tots and Teens in Focus. You're not a tot or a teen, but you're just right. And every word that you speak, the tots and teens are listening and they are watching too.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Marshall. And thank you all for being on my our show that we had with the health fair. It was good, although we didn't have much people, but your information was very good and I like it. So thank you once again. From Tots and Teens, I say goodbye. Goodbye to you folks, viewers out there. This is very interesting. Take time to know who you are. Take time to know your body. Take time to know what you can do to help others. Take time to give your time to being a donor too, because this is a donor part that they're looking out for persons to become donors for any need, for your family need, your need, or any other person need. From Tots and Teens, we say goodbye.
That's my beautiful country. G-U-I-A-N, one people, one nation, one destiny. Look down from your window, no big city lights, just greenery. You don't know what you come for. Listen up, my dear, we're such a man free. Welcome to the land of many faces, not one, not two.